Hey there. So today we are talking about the plot of a story. So obviously we already know that the plot of a story is what takes place in the story. So usually in most stories there is kind of an order in which the plot goes goes in. So we are taking a look at something called a plot mountain. So some of you might have heard of this already. But basically what this is a graphic organizer that shows you the different parts in a story. So if you can imagine that our mountain is our story, there's all these different parts that we have to get to um, until we reach the very end. So right here let me zoom in a bit. At the very beginning of our plot mountain is an introduction. So that's just telling us about our main characters and trying to hook the reader into continuing to read. Okay, so right after that, we start seeing the problem or the rising action, and that is getting the character's problem moving and is telling us what's happening to that character. In all stories, there is a problem that the character faces. So that's what this rising action is. We're moving farther up the mountain, and we get to the climax. And the climax is the highest point in the whole mountain, right here. And that is the biggest moment in the whole story. So that's the highest point in the whole story. All right, and then finally, we're going down the mountain. And there's actually something called falling action that would be about right here. Falling action. And that's telling us, and that's where the story is starting to slow down and we're starting to see the end of it. And then the resolution is the very, very end of the story. That's wrapping up what happened in the story and did the character solve their problem, yes or no, and what happens. That's the resolution. So that's a quick introduction to the plot mountain. We're going to be doing a ton with this week, and we're going to start on it today, actually. So I'm going to scroll down here. Here I've got our blank plot mountain document. Here, let me make myself smaller and make this document bigger so you can see more of this and less of me. This is more important. Okay, so right here is our blank plot mountain. The book we're reading today is called Rescue and Jessica. It's a pretty cute book. I'm very excited to read it. And I already filled out some of it, as you can see. I already filled out with who the characters are. That's Rescue, the dog, and then Jessica is a girl. And we're going to together fill out the introduction and the rising action. So let's pull up the video here. All right, so here is the book Rescue and Jessica, a life-changing friendship. On a special farm in the countryside, a pup named Rescue was in training. He was learning to help people who could not see, but he was worried. His trainer had just said, "You aren't meant to be a seeing eye dog." That was hard for Rescue to hear. Helping people who can't see was the family business. "The service dog team is better for you," his trainer said. "Service dogs work beside their partners instead of in front of them." Will I be a good service dog? Rescue wondered. What will my new partner be like? Will she like me? In a hospital in the city, a girl named Jessica was worried. Both of her legs were badly hurt. Everyone hoped her right leg would heal, but the doctors had to remove part of her left leg so she could be healthy again. "You're an amputee now, Jessica," the doctor explained. "You have to wear a prosthetic leg or use a wheelchair for the rest of your life." That was hard for her to hear. She had only walked on her own two legs. How will I do things on my own? Jessica wondered. When will I be able to walk again? What will my life be like? Her whole family was worried about her, and she didn't want to let anyone down. Okay, pause. We're pausing the story because I would like to start filling in the introduction. Okay, so what happened in the very beginning? Well, we started the whole book off. We started the book off. We met Rescue. The Rescue, he is a service dog in training. Okay. Now, what is our problem? We can put that in the introduction here. Problem. Well, Jessica is losing her leg. So she is worried that she won't be able to walk properly. Okay. Let's see what this rising action is. Remember, the rising action is a series of events or actions by the character that move the plot forward and move the character towards solving their problem. Okay, so how are we getting them closer to solving their problem? Okay. Back in the country, Rescue was learning how to be a service dog. When he wore his blue cape, that meant he was in training. He had to stay by his partner's side. He fetched all kinds of things. He even learned how to open doors. Rescue, you're a natural, said his trainer. See how he's opening up that container or that house for the little ducks. Pretty cute. At the hospital, Jessica was learning new ways to do things that used to come easily. So we're kind of going back and forth on Rescue and Jessica. She used a wheelchair to get around. She practiced getting out of bed differently, and she put on a prosthetic leg so she could stand. And a prosthetic leg is a leg that basically like a fake leg that they can use to walk around in or walk around on. And she was learning how to walk again, even though her right leg was still hurt. Jessica, you are becoming strong, said her doctors. Okay, so what's going on here? What are some points that we could put here that Rescue and Jessica are solving their problems? Okay, well, Rescue is training hard, and Jessica is working on walking again. See if we can add to that. Rescue was proud of all he had accomplished, but he was still worried. He was named in honor of a brave firefighter. He had big shoes to fill. Rescue wanted to help people just like his namesake. Jessica knew that she had made a lot of progress, but she was frustrated and sad about things that she still couldn't do. She wondered if she could ever be happy again. She felt like the changes were too big, too much. One day, a visitor came to see Jessica, and she brought her service dog, Kirahi. Jessica saw how smart a dog like Kirahi could help her. That very day, she started filling out the application to ask for a dog of her own. After a while, Jessica got some very exciting news. Rescue got some very exciting news too. he also got a new red cape. Finally, the big day arrived. "It's nice to meet you, Rescue," said Jessica. "He looks so nice and pretty," or "She looks so nice and pretty," Rescue thought. Rescue stood up very tall. He hoped she didn't notice his legs were trembling, but his wagging tail gave him away. Jessica smiled a big smile and laughed a big laugh for the first time in a long time. Jessica and Rescue stayed in the country for a few weeks, and Rescue showed her all the things he could do. "You're amazing," Jessica told Rescue. "You think I'm amazing?" Rescue thought. "You think I'm amazing?" Back in the city, Rescue and Jessica got used to working together. Rescue brought her the things she needed. He opened the things that were hard for her to reach. Rescue barked if Jessica needed someone. If she tripped, he would hold steady so that she could get back up. Rescue and Jessica weren't always together, but she didn't need his help. Rescue really liked to sleep. Jessica knew that even though Rescue was special, he was a regular dog too. She made sure that Rescue had playtime every day. But Jessica still wasn't completely healthy. One day, her doctor told her that her right leg would have to be removed. So she already had her left leg removed, now she has to get her right leg removed. She would need to wear 2 prosthetic legs. This didn't get any easier for Jessica to hear. The night after the doctor removed her right leg, Rescue knew just what to do to help Jessica all on his own. Rescue and Jessica had to start all over again. Slowly but surely, they learned how to do all the things they needed to do together. They did chores together, played together, and snuggled together. For the first time in a long time, Jessica felt happy, and that made Rescue happy too. "You changed my life, Rescue," she said. "I couldn't have done this without you. I'm so proud of us," he thought. "You rescued me, Rescue," said Jessica. But the truth was, they had rescued each other. Okay, so that's the end of our story. We still have the climax or the big moment in the story. We still have the falling action, and we still have the resolution that we need to take care of. I'm going to attach this on to your assignment, and we'll talk about how you're going to do your reading assignment.